This is the MGTOW Infinium here with another Infinium training session. This Infinium training session is entitled Right versus Wrong Investing. Now, my MGTOW brothers, as with many other things under the constraint of the feminist plantation state, there is a right way and a wrong way for men when it comes to investing. I will give you two scenarios in terms of the right way and the wrong way of investing in terms of the feminist plantation state. And the first scenario is considered to be the wrong way, and the second scenario is considered to be the right way. And as you will see at the conclusion of this training session, that the bizarro world of the feminist plantation state, where wrong is right and right is wrong, greatly affects us MGTOW men. But nevertheless, first, the wrong way. This is where a man consumes red pills and consequently adopts or embraces the MGTOW philosophy. As a result of his actions, he becomes a free, self-governing agent who is unconstrained by the feminist plantation state. Even though he is now an enemy of said state, a MGTOW man is now free to do the following. Number one, he can put himself first in any way and every way possible. So therefore, my brothers, as a result of you going MGTOW or a man going MGTOW, you have every capability at your command. You can go anywhere. You can do anything that you desire to do. Number two, he is not obliged to do his duty by getting married to women, whether they be childless or single mothers. So as you all are aware, my brothers, there is an ongoing push right now for men to get married, to do their duty by getting married. And we all know that marriage itself is basically a scam, and it is a scam that basically takes away every right that a man has, that it puts a man in a prison, so to speak, in terms of divorce, in terms of losing resources, losing his possessions, all types of things in terms of the marriage scam. There is, again, no benefit in this day and age for men to get married. So, again, because of the MGTOW philosophy and because of red pilling, all those things, a MGTOW man is not obliged to do his duty by getting married. Number three, he can engage in work that is fulfilling to him or start a business where he is the boss. With the aforementioned, a man has the flexibility to work as much as he wants or as little as he wants because it's all about him and no one else. So, in essence, my brothers, you are not a wage slave. You are a agent, a free agent, whatever you want to say, but you're free to work as much as you want, as little as you want, go out and start a business where you are totally involved with the business and the business is your total source of income, or you could basically work for a company and have a side gig. You could work for a company and just have that be your income. It is up to you, and it is up to what you decide to do. It is no bearing on in terms of you being married, in terms of you being constrained by a woman and her needs, her wants, her hypergamy, whatever. There is no constraint to that regard. The only constraint is how far you want to take it, how little you want to take it. It is, again, totally up to you. Number 4, he can invest financially in anything ranging from stocks to crypto. So basically, again, there is no limit in terms of what you desire to invest in, what you desire not to invest in. And the investment, it can range from anything to from a better education, learning a skill or trade. That can be considered an investment, because what you're doing, my brothers, you're investing in yourself. You're investing in something that can push you forward in what you want to do. And again, going back to stocks or crypto, you are the governor as to what you invest in. It is not something, again, which is governed by you having to please a woman. It is based upon what you want to do, what you need to do, the things that you need to push yourself forward into goals, so to speak. Number 5, he can have a hobby, and which you can take that hobby as something that can be turned into a business, or you can just have it as a pastime to just take the pressure off. You can sit, if you like, for instance, model trains, and you have a heavy duty schedule, and your only relaxation is going down into the basement of your house and watching your trains go around the track. Again, you can have a hobby, and that hobby can be something where, again, it can be turned into a business, as well as something that can help you to relax and help you to get your mind off of things, help you to just be in a place where you have peace and quiet. If again, peace and quiet is having an aquarium where you have saltwater fish, and you just sit there for a few hours and just look at the fish, look at them swimming around in their freedom, so be it. But again, you're not constrained by a woman who tells you that your hobby is a waste of time and a waste of money. And I'll add on to this, hobbies, again, in terms of turning into businesses or turning into something that can open up doors for you. I can say for myself, when I was a young lad, I had the Aurora racetracks and little train sets and everything. And down in my dad's basement, I had these little cities built up. But contrary to the feelings of my dad, contrary to the feelings of my family, that I was engrossed in these things, those train sets and those Aurora race sets taught me how to wire things up. They taught me about electricity. They taught me about all types of things, and it led into, when I became a IT manager, it led into being able to do network wiring. It led into doing all types of things. I can say that basically the shop that I worked for when I was a IT manager, they benefited from that capability. When they did refits, I was one of the principal ones that was doing the rewiring of those refits. So I'll just leave it at that. But again, the basic thing of a hobby, which is considered by womanists as a waste of time, as something that is not useful, is in actuality something that is really profoundly useful, because again, it can do so many things for you, my brothers. Number 6, he can live in the manner that he wants to. So basically, again, you can live as a MGTOW man, minimalistic, to always having mansions. It's up to you, my brothers. It's not up to the sense that a woman wants a big house with two Lexus RX 350 sitting outside. It is up to you. Is up to what suits your needs, what helps you, what does the thing for you. It is not, again, up to somebody else. It is up to you. So, for instance, if you decide to get a conversion van or something and turn it into a camper or turn it into like a little house that's on wheels where you can go all over the country, you can do that. If you decide to just get a small house that's capable of supporting one person and living minimalistic while you take your resources and point them in other directions and point them into things that can help other men out, you can do that. If you decide to get a mansion with a Porsche 911 sitting outside and it's totally yours, there's nobody saying that I'm going to divorce rape you and take that away from you, you can do that. Again, these are 6 ways that are the wrong way when it comes to investing into the feminist plantation state. These are, again, the ways that the feminist plantation state does not want you as a MGTOW man to do, because it takes away from the aspect of you being a wage slave to the feminist plantation state. Now, my brothers, the second way, which is the right way, the feminist plantation state wants you to invest. This is where a man chooses to do his duty by getting married. And if, for instance, there is a thing of a single mother, he gets married to a single mother, like the Stepdaddy movie that Disney put out a few weeks ago. Inevitably and invariably, this is what will happen to a man who chooses to serve in the feminist plantation state. Number one, a total loss of freedom in every way and any way possible. So the 6 examples I gave you with the wrong way of investing, you will lose that all, my brothers. You will lose it because you lost your freedom, your capability to do anything and do anything that you want to do. You will lose it if you invest the right way into the feminist plantation state. Number 2, he has to bring everything to the table. So, for instance, my brothers, we have heard in the last few weeks where women are saying that it is men that have to bring everything to the table, and women don't have to bring anything to the table in terms of what needs to be done. So again, a man has to bring everything to the table, whereas a woman does not have to do so. And you've even heard in some instances the woman will stand up and say that they are the table, and it is the man's responsibility to prepare the table. So again, a man has to bring everything to the table, and a woman does not have to do so. Number 3, total subjugation to a woman's whims and hypergamy. So, for instance, my brothers, whereas you can sit down and sip a cup of coffee made from your little was a Keurig machine, where you like Green Mountain brand coffee. If, for instance, a woman has a whim of, no, you should not be drinking Green Mountain coffee, you should be drinking Folgers brand coffee, she can do that to you. And she can turn that little disagreement about Green Mountain versus Folgers coffee into a huge argument where you're labeled as whatever she wants to label you. And then she can push that little argument into a big argument where fight ensues, police are called, and off to jail you go. And also, you are subject to a woman's hypergamy. So basically, again, you are subject to the types of things that she wants to do. So, like if you don't please her, if you, for instance, don't get that mansion with the two Lexus RX 350s sitting outside, she will look around and find Chad or Pookie or Ray Ray, who is probably a bad boy and can make her a little happy and probably has a little bit better capability of doing what she wants to do, and she will go after them. And meanwhile, she will, quote unquote, put you in a state where she divorce rapes you. All types of scenarios can happen where the house that you're in, she can kick you out of the house, your house, and put Chad, Pookie, Ray Ray in there and go on about a business where you are left holding the bag. Number 4, a life which is consumed with the pressures and the problems of being a wage slave. So it goes like this, my brothers. When you're a wage slave, you are in a position where you have to get out there and do as much as you can and work as hard as you can without any type or little type of praise or uplifting coming from the woman that you're involved in. And you can be involved with situations like this where you work long and hard hours and you're told, or let's say like you work maybe 100 hours a week, you're told that you're not doing enough. And or something like this, you should be working 100 hours a week plus cleaning up the yard, doing this, doing that. You don't help around the house. You can be told that. So that happens to you. And also there is the reverse of that where you work 100 hours a week and you hardly see your woman that you're involved with, and she tells you that you're working so much, you don't have time for me, I'm unhappy, blah, blah, blah. And so you cut back, and then you're told you need to get out there and step up to the plate and get some more money in this house. So that can happen to you. Number 5, if children result from the marriage or as a result of marrying a single mother, there's a great likelihood of them being weaponized against the man who marries somebody, and marries a woman, or marries a single mother. And there are all types of variety of things that can happen. If you have children by your own blood, those children can be weaponized against you. If you choose to, as a man, marry a single mother, there are chances that you, when you get that package, because they're going to tell you that you have to accept the total package. So that is basically her and her kids and the ex guy that was before you, all of that. You have to accept that, and you have to deal with or contend with the fact that those kids may be hellspawns. And so in that regard, if you go to kind of discipline them or try to get them under control, you will face pressure not only from the mother, but also maybe from the ex, who will tell you that you can't do that. So again, you face weaponization of children against you. if you get married, and particularly if you get married to a single mother. Number 6, under the what's mine is mine and what's his is mine logic of womanists, a man will have no right to do any type of speculative investing into things like Bitcoin. He can only invest in the things which can be taken away in a divorce, like a 401k. So, for instance, if your wifey Pooh finds out that one day that you're putting money into Bitcoin or putting money into something that may be kind of speculative and not really investing into something that's stable or sound in her view, she will jump all over you. And also, she may not want you to do any type of investing that would help you both. She may want, I want a new stove, I want a new refrigerator, I want my car. She may do that to you. So again, you lose every right, or you have few rights to do any type of investing. Number 7, he must live in a manner that the woman wants to, I'll say that again. Number 7, he must live in a manner that the woman wants to, or else. So again, any number of things that he does that causes displeasure with his wife, she can come down on him in every way possible. She can cause his life to be a hell on earth if she wants to, by nagging, complaining, everything that he does. She will begin to pick at him. She will begin to cause all manner of mental torture. She can do it. And it has been done. It's happened to many men that I know. It's happened to me as well. So again, a man must live in the manner that the woman wants him to, or else. And again, there are a lot of ramifications, all of which are negative in terms of a man and his freedom. Number 8, he must face an almost inevitable possibility of the marriage ending and him being divorce rate. And my main topic, we all know the statistics are there that marriages these days do not last. And it's becoming evident now that those quote unquote happily ever after marriages that are there, a lot of those are winding up in divorce. So, for instance, I just looked on Coach Greg Adams' website, not his website, his one of his videos, and it was Ron Perlman, who was getting divorce rate by his wife, and they had a long-term marriage, and he is going to have to pay her thousands of dollars per month for the rest of his life unless she gets somebody else, in which that's unlikely. Unless she goes and gets into another marriage or another relationship, that's very unlikely. So basically, she has a meal ticket from Ron Perlman. Ron Perlman is the guy that played in Hellboy and this and that, whatever. He's done a lot of character actors, but again, and as Coach Greg Adams stated, it was a gray divorce. So meaning that it was a marriage that had lasted a long time. They are both considered quote elderly types of people, but again, Ron Perlman is being divorce raped. So again, we have all types of things where marriages are not lasting, and it is basically something where marriages are proven to be scams, no matter how young a person marries or how old they marry. It is a scam that basically takes away from everything that a man has. So again, a person like Ron Perlman or all the rich men who have gotten divorced this year and last year, it is again, whether you're rich or not so rich, whether you're just a working Joe, there is a possibility when you're getting married, when you're jumping the broom, jumping the shark, whatever you're doing, great possibility of that marriage being brought to an end because of the woman who wants to divorce you and wants to divorce rape you. And again, I can cite where, again, I warned a friend a long time ago who was working in the defense industry, and he was making buku bucks. Again, not to marry somebody that it was not good for you. Wound up in a year, less than a year, being divorce raped and losing everything that he had. And being told in a court that he could not support this woman in the manner that she wanted to be in her marriage to him. Even when he was working in the defense industry, in the Reagan, was it the Star Wars era, when they were building up and doing all these things, he was building nuclear bombs, basically. She divorce raped him and took everything he had. So again, these are the 8 ways that womanists feel and consider that it's the right way for a man to invest in them. And you can see, my brothers, there is a just unbelievable notion that the men who get married, the men who invest in womanists and invest in women and their marriage scams, it is a notion that we as men need to lay down our lives no matter what, no matter how we feel about it, no matter how much we feel it's not the right thing to do. We need to do it because this is our duty as men. This is our only duty as men. And my brothers, we all know as MGTOW men that is not true. That is basically, again, antecedent to what we know the MGTOW philosophy tells us and allows us to understand. And so therefore, again, it is important for you, my brothers, to understand that, again, the thing that we face these days is a bizarro type of world where wrong is right and right is wrong. And because of this, we have to face the criticism, the constant shaming that's coming from every point of view that we as MGTOW men, we are causing the destruction of society. But if you look again at what's going on, it is not we MGTOW men, it is what womanism has done in causing a condition like this. And furthermore, we're now receiving the cries and the pleading. I was looking at, I think it was Casual Bachelor and a few others, where there is a black woman who was on there, and she's pleading, which my opinion is it was kind of false because she really wasn't crying, so to speak. She was more so, it's like that phony type of crying, but she was crying and babbling, and I need a man. I can't take it anymore. And she was saying that if you just breathe as a man, I'll take you. But my brothers, again, there is nothing that's there when these women are doing this that's saying that I will accept you as a man and I will allow you to lead me as a woman. There's nothing there that says that I will not try to divorce you. There's nothing there that says that I will not try to undermine you. That if you marry me as a single mother, I will allow you to discipline my children in the right manner. I will not allow any type of interference to come into that. That, again, I will stand up in front of Congress and say that the divorce laws are wrong. There's all types of things like that, but again, it's only that we as men have to involve ourselves, lay down our lives, do our duty, because in the view of the feminist plantation state, that is the right way to do things. And of course, we MGTOW men know that our freedom, our being free, is important to us. It not only is it important to us, it is vital to our lives, to our very existence, so to speak. And secondly, why should we subjugate ourselves to a system that will destroy us, that will cause us all types of harm? Why should we do that, my brothers? And the answer to that is no, we don't need to. We don't need to, nor should we have any desire to do these types of things. Our only desire, because we're MGTOW men, is to live free and to stand in the liberty of our freedom. My MGTOW brothers, again, I know that some of this has been discussed before, but it is necessary from time to time for us content creators to remind you of your freedom, remind you of what you stand for, of what you need to do, of what you have to do in some cases, because you're the one that has to take those steps with the information that he has in his hands of a right way to invest and the wrong way, which is in actuality the right way for you, and to go your way in freedom and in peace and be the man that you were designed to be. This is the MGTOW Infinium, and this has been an Infinium training session. My MGTOW brothers, as always, stay safe, stay strong, stay on the MGTOW path, and remember, MGTOW is the liberation of men's minds. MGTOW cannot and will not be stopped.